Hello, my name is Megan Howell, and today I will be discussing the musical Hamilton, written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, for my final project in Mr. Rogers' HUM 2020 class. In this video, I will talk about who Lin-Manuel Miranda is, what Hamilton is about, the types of literary techniques used by Miranda in this play, and why it's such an iconic part of musical theater today. Here are the timestamps for each of these topics. Lin-Manuel Miranda was born in 1980 and graduated from Wesleyan University in 2002 with a degree in theater studies. While he did teach high school English for a time, Miranda eventually found his success in playwriting. He's written multiple Tony Award-winning plays, such as In the Heights and Hamilton, along with shorter plays such as 21 Chump Street. Since finding immense fame and influence after the show Hamilton became a Broadway sensation, Miranda has continued to work on numerous projects, such as composing the music and lyrics for the movie Moana, and even starring in the upcoming Mary Poppins revival, Mary Poppins Returns, as the character Bert. Miranda is also the loving husband of Manessa Nadal, and they have 2 kids together. The play Hamilton tells the story of the life of Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers of the United States of America. Known for creating the National Bank, Hamilton was a Caribbean immigrant who contributed greatly to the early prosperity of the United States. The show follows his success as a soldier in the Revolutionary War, his disputes with Thomas Jefferson, the face of the opposing political party at the time, and his marriage and family with Eliza Schuyler. Most of all, it follows the ups and downs of his relationship with Aaron Burr, one of his most significant political rivals. The show ends with the famous duel between Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton, in which Hamilton is shot and killed. Hamilton was quite a spectacle when it first hit Broadway. It was nominated for 16 Tony Awards and ended up winning 11 of them, breaking Tony records. Hamilton was also awarded with the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a literary genius, and this play is no exception to his expertise in language. By using emotional musical composition, along with diction that entices the audience, Hamilton is known as one of the most heart-wrenching musicals currently on Broadway. Parallelism in the form of lyrics and music can be seen throughout the show. For example, the lyrics, and specifically the word helpless in the song Helpless, in which Eliza Schuyler and Alexander Hamilton meet and get married, can be found in the song Satisfied, in which Eliza's sister Angelica tells of her love for Alexander, and how she held back from taking him for herself since she knew her sister was in love as well. It can also be found in the song Say No to This, which shows the affair between Alexander Hamilton and Mariah Reynolds. Mariah can be heard singing the word helpless in the same tone as Eliza, while Alexander decides he will commit adultery. This can be considered a form of parallelism, since all 3 contain the word helpless and call back to its original use, but convey wildly different ideas that usually reflect the original scene of Eliza loving and marrying Alexander. There are also countless allusions in the show that help enhance the ideas that are being conveyed. For instance, in the song Take a Break, Alexander uses the show Macbeth to explain his current predicament involving Congress. He compares himself to Macbeth, for ambition is truly what brings him to his downfall. Angelica even says in the song Congratulations, from the off-Broadway version of the show, that he himself is the only enemy he ever seems to lose to. He then compares James Madison to Banquo because, much like Banquo in the show Macbeth, Madison is at first a great ally to Hamilton, but ends up later opposing him. He compares Thomas Jefferson to Macduff, because Macduff is Macbeth's enemy in the show, and Jefferson is very much Hamilton's political enemy at this point. Finally, Hamilton says that Congress is Birnam Wood on its way to Dunsinane. At this point in the show, Hamilton is desperately trying to get his financial plan approved in Congress, and, much like how the witches in Macbeth foresaw Birnam Wood moving towards Macbeth's residence, Dunsinane, to be the end of him as a ruler, Congress could very easily vote Hamilton out of office and ruin his entire career if his plan did not go through. In the song Burn, Miranda also makes an allusion to the famous tale of Icarus and Daedalus. During this song, Eliza Hamilton grieves for the infidelity of her husband, Alexander Hamilton, as announced and recounted by Hamilton himself in a paper he wrote entitled The Reynolds Pamphlet. In the story, Icarus attempts to leave the island of Crete with wax wings created by his father, Daedalus, but flies too close to the sun, causing the wings to melt and plunge Icarus to his death. A harp can even be heard during this line of the song, emphasizing the mythological element of it. By adding this allusion, Miranda points out the fact that, much like Icarus, the daringness that initially led to Hamilton's escape from the Caribbean, his birthplace, is what inevitably led to the downfall of his marriage and reputation. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Miranda uses countless literary techniques in his show Hamilton, and that's just one of the reasons as to why it is so highly regarded and well done. The reason this show has become such an icon in the musical theater community and Broadway itself is because of the depth and emotional intensity it's able to convey. With a play that's so intricately written and put together, every single time one listens to the soundtrack, they'll notice something different about the music or the lyrics, and this is especially true in regards to seeing it on the stage. The songs in this show are so woven together that taking any song out of the context the ones around it provide could be detrimental to the ability of the listener to understand it fully, and this is one of the reasons as to why this show is so well respected. The show Hamilton is clearly going to be remembered forever for its musical expertise and emotional conviction, and Lin-Manuel Miranda will rightfully be regarded as one of the best playwrights in the business for decades to come. Hamilton is a timeless piece, and it will be a very, very long time before another play will be able to outshine it, and that is for a good reason.